my first commission, Samurai Daisho. Before we get into it, I'll show you how I got to this point. I started with some references from some of my other swords and used them to get the measurements right. There's going to be 3 swords, and I placed it on a jumbo popsicle stick and cut them out. After getting the swords cut out, I started sanding them into shape, and then started on the scabbard. Also, the handguards went on pretty easily, and I sanded those into shape too. I tried a new method using some coffee stir sticks to get the bend in the scabbards. I think this method turned out really nice, and I plan to use it in future sword builds. This is the Tanto scabbard. I used my alligator clips to hold it in place while the glue dried. I repeated this process with all 3 scabbards, and I also used some baking soda and super glue to fill in some of the gaps, and found out later this makes my nose run. Go figure. It appears I'm kind of allergic to dust. After getting it sanded in shape and getting the swords to fit in the scabbards, more sanding. There was a lot of sanding involved to get these in shape. And after I got all the sanding done, I continued on to painting them. I used a silver metal flake spray paint for the scabbards and tried a different method for the handles, which I'm going to repeat in future sword builds. I think these turned out really nice. I used some red ribbon to create the belt attachments, or belt loops. I think those look really nice. The contrast between red, gold, silver, and the metal flake blue. I also have a stand that I used for references. I was planning to use this kind of as an exact copy, but I went a different route. I went with this larger, thicker piece of wood, and did a lot of sanding and cutting to get these to fit just right, and placed it on a flat mount. These turned out really nice. I really enjoyed this sword build. It challenged me quite a bit. The katana turned out really nice. I liked how the blade on this turned out. Traditional samurai swords, these scabbards would be actually thinner, but that's okay. I'll work on that later. Really like the shape of this blade. I might have to remake a couple of these just to have them around for my own collection. I really like this metal flake blue spray paint. It is really pretty. Wakizashi turned out really nice. This one doesn't have much of an arc as the samurai swords, and most wakizashis don't. The handguard is also smaller than the tanto, or the katana. The tanto is probably larger than a traditional tanto. I actually like the way it turned out. I think it's really neat. It's very nice. And kind of hard to get in and out of this little holder. This is probably bigger than what a normal tanto would be, but I like it. I think it turned out really nice. The tanto blade is, of course, smaller than the wakizashi, and the handguard is also smaller. And they really fit nicely, or very firmly in these scabbards. I really like the way the sword wrap turned out, or the handle wrap turned out. I plan to use that in future sword builds. In all, this was a really nice sword build. I asked $50 for it, and he gave me $60. Not too bad. Thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It really helps this channel out. Follow me on social media. If you want to help this channel out, support me on Patreon. I'd really appreciate it. Drop a comment in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to collect, inspire, and create. See you in the next one.